All right, welcome everyone to episode 15 of the Cosmere Reads. Big 1-5. We finished one book, and then, yep, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. We finished one book, and now we are moving on to a short story. So, and by short story, I mean short. So tonight, probably
petite.
a very petite little story. And we'll do this from time to time, add the little novellas or the little short stories in between. Alonso, before we started recording, even asked me, "Is like, is this all we're supposed to read?"
I sure did. I was in disbelief.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for this week. We're just doing the 11th medal. So, if you have not read the 11th medal and you don't want to be spoiled about what it's all about, feel free to come back and watch this or listen to this when you have. Or if you don't care, stick around. If you want to find it, I believe it's on Brandon Sanderson's website that you can find a copy of it there, or it's also in Arcanium Unbounded, which is a collection of short stories and a bunch of other stuff about the Cosmere. So you can go there. Also, it was originally written for a role-playing tabletop game. So they made like kind of a Dungeons and Dragons Mistborn game that Brandon Sanderson signed off on, and the creators of the game asked Sanderson if he could write like a little story to go to in the beginning of the game, and this is what he wrote. So, and it became canon when he officially added it on. So that's actually how this came about.
Yeah, it was a great little background about that, how that occurred. It was like a role playing game, and it was like he just wanted to flesh things out a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, get a little.
By the way, are we supposed to know what Arcanum is?
No.
Okay. Good.
It's kind of. I mean, I guess I don't know. Ipa's in chat. Ipa will probably tell me otherwise. He's the Mistborn expert, our Cosmere expert. But yeah, Arcanum. It's found in all the Cosmere stuff, and it's kind of like the glossary. Like so, like behind each book, there's an Ars Arcanum at the end of each book.
Okay.
So this is the Arcanum Unbounded. So it's just like all the extra stuff.
Beyond all the.
It's like glossary, but like extra.
Beyond the lore.
Yeah,
gotcha.
All the extra stuff. Because there's a lot of lore that doesn't happen in the books that Brandon Sanderson has created. I mean, so like there's obviously I didn't have you read more than this. There's a postscript as well. It is a little spoiler because it gets into a little bit more of the stuff that happens later. And then right before this is a thing on the Scadrial system. So there you go, Ipa. It's the deep lore. It's the Arcanium.
Okay.
It's the deep lore for the Cosmere. So, and then there's a whole section about the Scadrial system, which is where Mistborn takes place. The solar system. It's called the Scadrial system. So there's a bunch of stuff there, but that also is very spoilery. So we'll eventually you guys can read all that stuff. Those things aren't stories; they're just more lore and just like explaining how he created the different and what the metaphysics behind the planets and things like that, or what he tried to compare it to. So like Scadrial, Mistborn world is closest to Earth of any of his planets.
Okay,
not necessarily the magic system, just in the size and the geography and the everything else. So. Like he goes into the physics of everything. There's another system where like I give you an example. You notice it doesn't explain why, but they can like jump really, really far. And then he explains in Arcanium Unbound that's because that planet is smaller than Earth and has less gravity.
Oh.
So it's like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because at this point the only like reason we should know what Scadrial is by looking at the map in the book, right? Because they don't even mention it.
Yeah, they don't mention it.
Yeah, and remember, and I have no map because I'm doing audiobook. So
right.
Yeah. Anyway, I just want to make sure it wasn't something that was like, oh, Arcanum, Alonso. That's actually the chemical they breathe. I was like, oh yeah, of course, Arcanum. You know,
exactly. Okay. Yeah. No, it's just deep lore.
I just let that stuff float by for now.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do too. But I have a feeling like everything else, I feel like he mentioned something, then it's like minor point, and then later on, it's like, Well, remember back in chapter 3, he actually mentioned
You should
Arcanum
remember.
is actually the toilet paper used on this planet, and you didn't. I was like, oh, duh, it's the equivalent of Charmin here. Okay, I get you now. All right.
We call them stank wipes.
Yeah.
Stank wipes. Ooh. Ooh. Merchandising, my
There you
people.
go.
Hey,
Dude.
where's our graphic designer?
Yeah.
Got another one.
Stink wipes.
Stank wipes.
So quick announcements. There are none. So we'll just move right along. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing. We're moving forward with stuff, but yeah, we got like nothing really different than our normal broadcasting. So Tuesdays and Sundays for right now. I guess is it next weekend? What week is it? What day is today?
Today's the 6th, I think.
Yeah, it's not next weekend. So yeah, no announcements. Also, a quick little tidbit. You know, I've been doing locations a lot. I haven't really been talking about some of the social media. Actually, I did create a Facebook page as well for us. I did. I have not finished it. It's live, but I haven't finished it. So eventually I'll start pushing that out there. Be like, hey, here's our Facebook. And I guess I'll have to start editing or actually put a post on there too. But I'm horrible about that with the Will Read. So good luck. You might get some Facebook stuff. We'll see. But Twitter, we've hit over 600 followers on Twitter, so we're growing there.
Nice.
Yeah, just little. I don't know if it's a milestone or not. Just wanted to share that. Also, another idea for going forward. I don't want to do it for the first book, and I know some other content creators have done this for other series, and I've always loved the idea, but I didn't want to do it for Wheel of Time because I know another Wheel of Time content creator that does it. But I don't know anyone who does it for Cosmere, which is, if you guys like the idea, we'll do it. And I know I'll throw it to you right now without ever giving you any chance to think about it. So you don't have to answer. But what do you guys think about doing a Cosmere bingo card for each book? Where you guys like come up with some wacky ideas, some things you want to happen or things you think are going to happen. And then we create a bingo
I'm the
card.
guy that creates meeting bingo cards. I have an Excel program because I'm a nerd like that actually makes it easy to like create like these like randomized bingo cards and stuff. You were speaking my language right now. so yeah, that's a hard yes on Alondo's part.
So you guys have to come up with some of the ideas, though. So you come up with some of your predictions.
Yeah.
We don't have to do it right now. I mean, obviously not right this second, but before next week's episode, we'll introduce the bingo card and see what we can check off.
I'm gonna get my scratch pad together, man. I'm gonna start writing down like just every so often. I'm just like, oh yeah, this thing, and
write down some, and it can be completely off the wall. Like I want Vin to wear purple, and I mean, and that can be a bingo. I mean, bingo doesn't have to be necessarily like a crazy prediction. It can be stupid stuff too.
Right. Every time,
just don't make it obvious. Like
every time Breeze makes somebody feels like an idiot. Boom.
That's a drinking game.
Oh, that's true.
That's not bingo.
And you're getting drunk.
That's just a drinking game. Yeah, so maybe I'll get some input. I don't know, people. Yeah, get you guys. You guys.
Yeah, I mean, or throw that out to the Discord.
Yeah,
I'll get Tara to help me.
Yeah.
But it can't be spoilery though.
Yeah, it can't be spoilery. It has to be first time readers. So I think it's coming from you guys. Or Tara can help.
So it's gotta be like really broad strokes.
Yeah, just predictions or things you think will happen.
Yeah,
or even things you don't think will happen, or just kind of off the wall things. If it happens, you're like, holy crap,
every time like bingo card entry could be Ska gets scared of the mist. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, yeah, that's an easy one though. You got to get some predictions in there too. Like,
predictions?
Yeah.
Oh man, shoot. Okay. Because I feel like I might have had bingo already.
Can't make it too easy. Got to get predictions in there.
All right.
So let's jump right into 11th Metal. And IPA approves of this idea. So there you go.
IPA approves. Then I'm in. So.
Yeah. All right. So the 11th Metal. So we start with Kelsier. He's holding a piece of paper and he's trying to get it right. And we learn that the picture that he carries around everywhere in the first book is not an original. The original was destroyed, but he's in there trying to, from memory, try to copy this picture of this flower.
Right.
And he can't quite get it right. So that picture he gives to Vin on the note the flower and writes the note on there is a copy because the original one was destroyed.
Right.
Thought that was a nice little touch, little backstory there. And so we get immediately jumped right in. So this where this takes place. So
quick comment about this, because I have been wondering about this the whole time. How does Mare know about flowers? Was it lore that she picked up from somebody? Did she live an extraordinarily long life? I never got that laid out for me, and I always expected it to be kind of come up, because it seemed like she knew some things pre we'll say mist and ash and fire and brimstone.
Maybe a keeper. I don't know.
So I'm
a terraceman. I mean, maybe
so that question mark is like there. I'm like, why does Mare know about flowers?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yes.
So
we're the interjection there.
Yeah, no, you're good. So where this takes place, this is right after Kel pretty much escapes the path of Hathsin. I think it's only like 3 weeks later. It's not long.
Yeah, because his scars are still like
fresh.
Healing. They are just healed, essentially. Yeah.
Right. And he's met this guy named Gimel, who is kind of his trainer, and he's kind of a weird individual. We'll get more into his character in a little bit. Mm-hmm. But we meet him almost immediately, of him just kind of being, kind of crude towards Kel, I guess, is our lack of sympathy or empathy for Kel at all. Just he's like I said, he's an interesting character. We'll get more into him, but Kel picked him because he's the only Mistborn that he knows of that's not noble. So he's learning how to be a Mistborn, and Kel's very new at being a Mistborn here and not very good at it. So that's kind of where we start.
We don't know why. We don't know why Kel just became a Mistborn. It's not really laid out exactly.
Well, it lays out in the first book that he snapped.
Kind of.
He snapped while he was after Mare died.
Yeah, but we don't understand how that works.
Yes. Good point.
Yeah, what I'm saying, because Vin is a Mistborn and has been able to exhibit those characteristics.
Yeah.
Why was it that Kel, he had to have this traumatic event happen, and then it turns on for him? It's like it's not really laid out, and I feel like there's some more there that's going to come up later.
Okay.
So
yeah,
just putting that out there.
Yeah,
I'm curious what the tie to snapping in Mistborn, if there's a tie to snapping in real life.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kel had there was a chapter where Kel talks to Vin about that, saying that all mistings, not just Mistborn, but all mistings have to have a snap. But because she had such a rough life, who knows when hers was? It probably was when she was young. Whereas he had more a sheltered life, so maybe that's why he didn't snap when he was younger. Is because he never had it's usually almost a life-threatening experience. Usually.
Yeah, but if you're a nobleman, you're not going through a snap. You're not going through a traumatic event, right? I mean, or maybe point. They do. Maybe they take him out in the forest. You're like, make it home. It's like made him go through I don't know. Maybe this is the awakening they all have to do. Who knows? But again, I'm curious. I'm very curious about this whole thing. So.
It's also interesting that he was in the pits of Hathsin, but he was a noble prior to that.
Yeah.
So I mean, he
wasn't raised a normal Ska.
Yeah.
Right. So his mother was Ska, I think, and his father was noble.
Right.
But they kept it a secret that his mom was a Ska, and he was raised pretty much in noble society.
Because he knows what's the?
I think that's.
Isn't there a language or something that he knows that?
Luthadel. I mean, he references the dialect of Luthadel.
Dialect, thank you.
Which is the capital. Yeah.
Which throws people off that he knows this dialect,
Right.
Makes it all
it's like, so
you're
going to the country of England and you're talking with a Cockney accent, and then all of a sudden you have a posh British accent from London.
British.
A posh British, and it's like, oh, you're from London. You're a Londoner. Versus a Cockney accent.
It's cool, isn't it?
our
Nick.
Welsh accent, which I can't even try to do because I won't be able to swallow my vowels.
Oh Lord, have
enough.
mercy! No, don't. Yeah. So
and to all of my English listeners, I am sorry about my butchering of trying to do different dialects of English. To everyone from the UK.
Yeah.
Our Wales, not necessarily England. Wales is a different country. I've been yelled at before for that.
All part of Great Britain, though.
Yes, but don't ever call a Welshman an Englishman.
Oh, good God, no. Oh.
I made that mistake.
Yeah.
I was sailing north of Australia, and another boat pulls up next to us, and I get on the radio, and I call over, and he comes back, and he has a British United Kingdom accent, and I wasn't good enough to pick out the different types of accents. So I got back in the radio. I was like, "Oh, we got an Englishman next to us." He goes, "I'm fucking Welsh." I was
right.
Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Catch you later.
See you later, man. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Kel's looking at this picture. Gimel just tells Kel, like, get over it. She betrayed you. Like, move on. And Gimel moves on and moves forward, towards I guess their next target, which is the city that's outside, like kind of the countryside. On the butchering accents. Sorry. He just killed all British. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we have no British listeners. So they're looking at all these different keeps outside, because I guess it's a conglomerate of a bunch of different noble houses that are far outside. They're not normal Luthadel, not as high and mighty, but they picked one particular one, and Kel's kind of wondered why they're picking this one. And Gimel's being kind of secretive about it, won't really tell him anything, just like, hey, this is where we're going. And Kel's like, all right, well, I'll just play nobleman and walk right in. I'll have a Luthadel accent, and they'll just let me in. And they're like, and Gimel's like, you're not thinking like an Allomancer. Stop. Like, you're thinking like a thieving crew, like a thief trying to play. You don't need a disguise. You're a Mistborn. You brute force. We go in there and just smash everything. Right. It's just this dichotomy of like Kel, who was one of the best thieves in the world before he was caught, and wants to do things subtly and more espionage and more clandestine, whereas Gimel, the Mistborn, is just like, no, you're a Mistborn now.
Yeah.
We can just smash things. It's like, even ask him, like, what kind of elements you're going to use? He's like, well, I figured I'd use emotional elements. He like soothe and ride.
Oh,
like,
yeah. You don't want to hear that noise.
Yeah, he's like, no. Like, those are useless. Kind of,
he's like, we bring swagger around these parts. Yeah. So he's like, no. I need you to step your game up, please.
Yeah. Is that
all
a question?
Subtle nonsense.
Do you think Gimel is crazy?
Kel says it.
I know Kel says it, but do you think, as a reader, that Gimel is crazy?
Yeah. He's been through some shit.
Yeah, right. See, that's what I think. Is this man has been through like all the things, and we don't know quite how old he is, but you just have to assume he's been through some things.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no reason to doubt it.
He's half crazy.
He's half crazy. Okay.
He's Gnarls Barkley.
He's the old man from Dodgeball. Like, dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Oh my God.
Yep. He means well.
Yeah.
And he even says that, it's like, hey, we're Mistborn. We fight. We don't talk. Like, that's not what we do. Yeah. It's like Mistborn are above simple talking tricks. And Kel thinks, well, I'll just use all the tools I can. Like, why would I just stick to just the brute force stuff? Like, I have now opened myself the ability to all these different things. Why don't I use everything?
I'm glad you brought the Dodgeball reference. That's one of my favorite movies. And now, like, all I can do is just think about all these references. Oh, no.
It's okay. We can do Dodgeball references.
Is it crazy to drink my own urine? No, it's Centurion. What the flavor? Oh no! Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. But he also, during all this, he feels something shift in him emotionally as he's looking towards his keep and as he's having this conversation. Like, he's talking about his emotions. It's a very deep chapter where he's talking about how he feels numb to everything, how he doesn't really care, but then he also wants to use Elemancy. And he thinks about his friends, and he thinks about the crew he left behind. All these thoughts are running through him constantly as they're getting ready to do this job or whatever they're doing. And as all of this emotions running through him, Gimel asks him, like, well, do you want to kill? Do you want to kill noblemen, Kel? Like, Gimel asks Kel that. Kel's like hesitant at first. He's not the Kel that we know. That's just like, kill the nobleman. And you kind of see a little bit of how much Gimel rubbed off on Kel. Like,
right. I got
like
a lot of parallels with the Kelvin training stuff. You can see how it just spilled over.
Yeah, the lack of caring about killing noblemen definitely came from Gimel. And then another thing as well is is dismissing other elementic powers. Like basically like Gimel's thought process for being Mistborn is, well, you can use both iron and steel, so we can push and pull. Therefore, most people can only do one of the two. Because we can do both of those, that's the best metals to use. We're just going to fly around, throw stuff, and pull stuff, and we don't need to use anything else.
He just gets the cocktails like, drink this. And it's like, what? He's like, you burn them all. It's like, do I have to? He's like, yeah, boy. I'm like, jeez, dude. He's like, there's no subtlety to this dude whatsoever. He's like, burn all 8 metals right now. And I'm like,
Kelly even thinks it's wasteful. Like, this is wasteful to burn everything. Like, why are we doing this? And Kel, kind of looks up at it. You get a little backstory that Kel grew up privileged. Whereas Gimel, I think, is more of a true ska. And that came up a bunch of times during the first book. But it's definitely this interesting little backstory. So just want to get your guys' thoughts on all this before we actually get into the actual entering the building or heading towards the keep. Thoughts of this interaction?
Well, Vin had came in for a while when she was with the thieves, and he was abusive and pretty disgusting to her. And then she got in with Kel and crew, where she was like trained, and I think Kel was really easy. I don't want to say easy, but like patient and understanding and training her. So she kind of had both sides. Whereas with Gimel and Kel, it's like Gimel means well, but he's really, really hard and like borderline abusive towards Kel, right? But he does it, I think, because he sees Kel's potential. He knows he's been through some stuff, and like he's at a turning point, right? So it's almost like Gimel is like the training methods of Kamen and Kel to Vin combined. So that's kind of what I thought when I was reading through it.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Alonda, you have thoughts about it?
I mean, Gimel's a hard dude, right? I mean, this is a drill instructor. Real talk. This is a drill instructor in the military. He's like, I don't want you to ask questions. You just need to go ahead and do the thing. And I'm like, oh man, okay. So this is how you do it, I guess. And I mean, to be dead honest with you, though, the thing that was most off-putting to me is Kel, because we're so used to a different Kel. And we're getting Kel immediately after, coming from the pits of Halfsen, and it's like he is like, oh man, I don't know if I want to go out here and kill the people. And it's just, I could not get past that. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Gimel, I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Sure, yeah, crazy dude. All right, we appreciate you, crazy bastard. But Kel is just like, he's like docile and demure and the whole deal. And I'm like, it's so interesting seeing a different perspective of this guy and realizing, at one point in time, he was the Vin, back in the day, who was coming up and coming to grips with his powers, his abilities,
Yeah.
And so I just latched onto that when I was reading this. So
Yeah, he has a good comment here. He always struck me as someone who isn't a very good teacher, but Kel really has no options.
Oh, right.
So
and Kel even says, like, out of desperation, like, I got to stick with this guy because I'm so determined to learn allomancy.
Yeah.
He also talks about the knot he's got within him, which I think stems from losing Mar.
Right.
But he's like conflicted because he's like, I want to sit back in a corner and be depressed, blah, blah, blah. But he's also like, I have this guy who's pushing me forward. And like, you know, and I'm like, I think if I were facing a situation like that, I would hope for the same, right? Because you don't want to backtrack and like sit and cry. You got to do something about it, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can, but what does that do for you?
Right. Yeah. As a young man, it's good to have that, I think. That drill instructor kind of.
Full metal jacket.
There you go.
Yeah.
So they head out through the mist. They reach the wall. Gimel launches himself up over the wall or up top of the wall, and Kel goes to the coin and tries to do the same and awkwardly jumps because he's not used to this, not very good at it. And as soon as he gets to the top, immediately coin starts shrieking at him. You know, and he blocks them, or is able to divert them all away, and realizes it's Gimel throwing coins at him and launching them at him. And he even has this thought, like, he sometimes can't really decide whether it's him testing him or really Gimel's trying to kill him or not.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, you keep wondering that.
Yeah, you wonder.
Come up later. You just keep wondering. It's like, is he trying to kill him?
He's kind of crazy. He was just like, you dodge a inch, you can dodge a ball.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh man.
And that's Gimel's
You're about as useful as a poopy flavored lollipop.
Rest in peace, Rip Torn. He killed that role in Dodgeball, by the way.
Zool, I found a way to go back to poop from last week.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Nice. Yeah. Also, he realizes that the mist seems almost scared of Gimel. Like the mist is backing away, retracting.
Not explained, Gimel. But it's like it's kind of. I mean, it seems like the mist kind of embraced towards the end of the book. Kind of embraced Finn, but it's kind of I don't know. I guess it just doesn't want to be around again.
Yeah.
And like, why is that? I mean, it's like a magnetic force thing. It's like, oh, he's part of the good ones, or he's part of the bad ones, or who knows? Yeah. I wrote that down in the note too. I was like, what? Why is it? If there's this connection between the Mistborn and this mist, why would a Mistborn have the mist kind of reject him or, want to retract from him? I didn't get that.
Maybe
I missed that.
Yeah. So Kel even asked him at this point, he's like, what are we doing here? And I love his answer. We're infiltrating the keep. What do you think we're doing? Why are you asking?
Yeah, duh.
Like, why?
It's a Thursday. We infiltrate keeps on Thursdays, right? So, yeah.
And Kel's like, but why? He's just like, Gimel's like, almost like really begrudgingly about like giving an answer. He's just like, there's something important there. Okay. That's what we're doing.
Right.
And, Kel sarcastically says, what is the meaning of life? And then Gimel says, or he's asked, what's the meaning of life? Or, Kel sarcastically asked that. And then I love Gimel's response because I wonder if it actually is a hint to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Because the answer is to die. And that's his answer. Which there was, in Douglas Adams, who wrote Hitchhiker's Guide, never said this, but the meaning of life, the universe, and everything in Hitchhiker's Guide is 42. And he never explains why, but there's actually mathematicians that came up with the idea that actually, if you add up all the size of one die, it's 21. So 2 die is 42. So the meaning of life, the universe, and everything is 2 die.
I see where you're going.
So there's a 42. That's the life. Which I wonder if there's a paper written about that. Douglas Adams never confirmed that, but I wonder if Brandon Sanderson have read that and put that line in there as a nod. It just makes me wonder.
Could be.
It's like, yes, what's the meaning?
I mean, Sanderson's a smart dude, so, and a well-read dude. So is it possible?
I'm just gonna say answer with 42.
There's the answer. The answer is always 42, right?
The answer is always 42.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
What's the question?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and Gimel doesn't even get the humor at all. Like, just,
it's clearly laid down. This guy has no humor box. He has no switch. The funny bone was like removed as a child. He ain't none of that. Yeah. He's like, I ain't got the time for your nonsense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all Kel can think about is I just want to get back to my friends, my old thieving crew. At least they had humor. At least they were fun to be around. This guy's just not fun to be around at all. I don't want to be here. I said 3 weeks. It's been 3 months since Heathstone. It says it right here in the book. Yeah, so it's been 3 months since. Oh,
that's right. It was 3
he
months.
left the pit. Yeah. And he can't return. He thinks he can't return till he thinks he's himself again. He feels like he's numb, doesn't care. It's really just, numb. After the events of what happened at the pits, he doesn't want to return back to his friends until he finds himself.
Right.
So,
which is this new self with these new capabilities,
with this new mission and new goal and new way of thinking. Yeah. So they get back to it. We get a lot of description of the keep. It's lots of stained glass and really pretty and
shake frou.
Yeah. And they start using 2 coins to move around, throwing a coin and using random bits of metal to keep them balanced. And, they pull a coin back, throw another coin, doing this fun little jumping dance thing, which always just in my head sounded just really cool. Just make a really cool like action scene or like a little sequence, not even action, just like a little sequence of like using the metals in like the subtle ways to fly around and get to where you want to get to.
I'll be honest, when he said the thing about flying up to the window and it's like he kind of attaches to the window, like I think it was one of those Garfields that used to be in the back of cars back in the day. Nice. I don't know why that popped up.
Yeah, and Kel's even thinking like how envious he is of Gimel and like how easily he can push and pull around. And, and he's struggling. And they're climbing to the top of the tower, and Kel's like, "What are we doing?" He's like, "We have to go up to go down." That's all his answer is. He's like, "What does that even mean?" And he's like, "We had to go up." So they finally get to the highest tower, and they stop there. And Gimel just looks around for a little bit, and he's like, "All right, let's go down." He's like, "What, through the tower?" Like, no, we just go down. Like,
we're just going to go over there,
over there. And he explains like I needed to get a good bird eye view to figure out where the spot was to get in. And as all this is going, and Gimel compliments Kel, about his abilities, and as he's complimenting Kel, he attacks Kel again because it's Gimel, and that's what we do. We just keep on attacking. Guys, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. So.
Again, the wrench. I mean, now that you've said it, of course, I cannot get it out of my head, but that's exactly what he does. He's like, "Hey, it's wrench time."
Yeah.
Poor Justin Long sitting there like on the desk like this, and the wrench comes and hits him in the head.
Yeah.
I always think about that scene in Dodgeball. Poor dude.
Yeah. And Kel actually loses his, I guess, I wouldn't say footing, but balance, and actually falls. And it's completely disoriented, panics, and if it wasn't for Pewter, he would have killed himself in this fall.
Yeah, because it was a long fall.
Yeah.
This guy
hits the ground really hard.
Hits the ground like really freaking hard.
Yeah.
Like bone breaking hard.
So. Kel's like, he just tried to kill me again.
Yep. Par for the course.
All right, we're going down. It's in the basement. All right. Yeah. So they go through. Gimel kills a bunch of guards with coins, and Kel even has this moment where he's like, "There's your ska. Like, I don't want to kill the guards." And then
this is when Kel starts getting that whole mantra about, well, I don't want to kill my brethren, but they're working for the opposition, so they deserve their fate. This is where that whole, that challenge, moral moray comes up is right here. This is where it's like established for him, which is the same thing that he tells Vin later, in the book we just read. So, yeah.
Right. Yep.
All right.
Any thoughts about all this before we move into the basement?
We skipped over like the part where Gimel kills a couple of guards, and he's like talking to himself.
Yes.
Yep.
He's like, "No, I like him. He almost never complains. The other three complained all the time. This one's strong. No, not strong enough. No, not yet. He'll learn." It's like, who are you talking to, dude?
Oh, he's talking to Gollum. That's who he's talking to. We likes him. Dude, we likes him.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, the pulling the coins out of the soldiers thing, something about that, it kind of got glossed over initially when they retrieved the coins. And then later on, it says there's blood still on the coins. I was like, thank you, because that to me is horrific.
Yeah.
You like
through and then pull them back through the pocket.
I've always wondered, like, when they drop the coins and they bounce off of them or whatever, or push off of them, I should say, are they pulling on them as well to bring them with them? Like,
sometimes
are they just...
Well, it depends
so
on
you
you
remember
iron or
when
steel, you know?
Yeah, it depends on which one you burn. But yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
so like you remember
one
when
you're pushing off and the other one you're pulling
so
them
you
back,
remember like
so.
when Kel jumped out the window to steal the ATM safe from the Fincher
venture compound. Right?
compound. You know, he uses the safe as an anchor. He throws it down first, pushes it down so he doesn't crash land. But then when he pushes himself up, he reaches back and pulls the safe along with him.
Right.
So yes, to answer your question, yes, they do both.
Mm-hmm.
Mistborn do. Misfits can't do that.
That like road that they used to take to go between I forget what two places it were.
From Lord Renew's spot to to all the
Luthadel,
noble
from Luthadel to
yeah.
So I guess let's just to help me work this out in my brain. So they're pushing off of one, they're leaving it behind, but like I guess technically they could be pulling on the next one harder than they're pulling on the back.
That's brilliant. I didn't even think about that. I just thought about the pushing, but you're right. I mean, if you really want to go faster,
it would take a lot of like skill though to be able to do that. But...
Oh my god, yes.
And they do. Yeah, good point. They also use boxing as the smallest denomination usually because it's just metal. So if they lose a coin, it's not that big of a deal because they're using like pennies basically.
Right.
Gotcha.
To do this.
Yeah, but that makes sense. This whole time I thought it was like push, push, push. But Will, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you push, pull, push, pull, push, pull? That accelerates you like dramatically. That whole thing makes sense. Good call. I never thought about that.
I'm just the anytime shit like that happens, I'm just thinking about the Allomancy and like technically they could be. I'm like whatever. Just keep reading, dude.
Yeah, you're right on. They can do all that. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, because that's probably true. That's probably why it is so bad.
It's fun to think about, though, isn't it?
Oh, what you could do with that?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
The invention of credit cards are really
unless it's got the chip reader. The chip reader or the chip might have a little metal in it.
Oh no. MasterCard destroyed the Allomancy.
And we're now using paper money.
Way of life today.
Fucking credit cards, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, so they start heading down further and further into this basement. It gets darker and darker. There's no lights, and to the point where they can't even see like the next step in front of them. They don't know if they're going to step off a cliff, if the stairs go on. And Kel actually gets a pretty smart idea, and he takes a whole handful of coins and throws them down, and that way he can see all the different blue lines.
Right.
Which is a throwback to how Steel Inquisitors see.
Right.
So it's just a little interesting. Yeah, as an element, you can do the same thing. Just see all the little blue lines and see where everything is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, why doesn't he just burn 10?
Well, if it's pitch black.
If it's pitch black, I mean, there's got to be some light. All it does is it would enhance the light that's already there.
So it would just enhance the dark.
It's kind of like those what are those light goggles? The ones that night vision goggles.
Mm-hmm.
So night vision goggles are the same way. If it's completely pitch black, there's only so much you can see. It enhances existing light.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's like complete darkness, like black darkness, it wouldn't do any good.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so the science is really, really cool about it, but it does use like a different wavelength to actually try to see.
Yeah.
But it still has to be able to bounce light off of something for you to perceive it in your eye.
That makes sense.
You know,
Have you ever used night vision?
one time, and it wasn't nearly as cool as I thought it was going to be, but it's because of the environment I was in. So
The most freakiest time I ever used night. So when I did my whole sailing trip around the world thing, we had night vision goggles on the boat just because in the middle of the ocean it gets really dark sometime at night.
of course,
You can't see anything. So we had them just for in case we needed them. Like we didn't use them often, but we had them just in case. And we pulled up to this one tribal island in Indonesia. And we got there at nighttime. And we anchor off, and we didn't know if the locals would come out. And we waited a couple of hours, and we thought we heard something. So we go and take out the night vision goggles, and we put it on. And like less than 20 yards from us, there's a guy in a canoe staring at us in the water. We're like, oh crap, there's a guy right there.
Did you pull out your bow and arrow?
No, I mean we let him go. I just watched him, made sure he didn't try to board our boat. But it was just like, did not expect to see a person like right next to us.
I thought you were going to tell me he got on the boat and he was like, "Look at me, look at me."
This is I'm the captain now. No,
I'm the captain now.
It was definitely freaked me out though. To see a person that you didn't know was there, just staring at it. Eyes glow and night vision goggles, so you see glowing eye like the person.
Oh my god, yeah. That's the freakiest part about night vision goggles, though, is other people's eyes
glow. Yeah,
and you can. Okay, here's the freakiest part: you can see into people's eyes. So it's like like the back of people's eyes. You can like look into somebody's eyes if they're close enough. It's the most eerie thing I think I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, yeah. But otherwise,
what's crazy to me is that like they knew you were there before you knew they were there. And,
I mean,
you're coming on a sailboat with advanced
it's acclimation.
They didn't have electricity on the island.
Yeah, if you lived in an environment that had like no electricity and it's nighttime and all you live by is like moonlight and starlight, whatever. I mean, you get acclimated to that in a different way. Yeah.
And we're all down below with lights on, hanging out, playing cards, and hear something come up, and like there's a guy right there. Like, anyway. So they were nice people. The next day we hung out with them. They fed us. They're great people.
Nice.
But anyways, we did not ride on their canoe though. I wish I did. But they did feed us food. It was good. Fish and some pepper sauce was good. So yeah, they finally get down the bottom. There's a door down there, and they open up, and there's light on the other side. So it goes into a lit room. And he starts thinking about, the night he was taken captive himself, and he gives a description of the room. And I'll give him a saying, "Where is he? Where is he?" And Kel comes to find another room down there that is full of prisoners.
By the way, when he said, "Where is he? Where is he?" all I thought was Admiral Akbar again. It's a trap. That's all I thought the whole time.
Yeah. Right. But this room's full of prisoners. Yes. And they are beyond tortured. Like one's almost flayed, like completely. Like it's
he said gruesome. Beaten so much, almost flayed, and I was like, "Wait, huh? What? No, how?" That didn't. I can't get that wrapped around in my head. I mean, does that mean you got beaten so much that your skin started to flake off because it was like dead?
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the image I get.
Oh my god, that
Willie's on that. And this is when Kel starts to change. Like this is what the noblemen are doing to Ska. Yes. Like he starts to get angry. And
the thing is, though, he admitted that he knew this kind of thing was going on, but he had turned a blind eye to it.
Mm-hmm. And this is when he has the whole, I guess, this eureka moment, epiphany that if a Ska's working for nobleman and they know stuff's in their turn a blind eye, they're just as bad as nobleman. Yep. Like this is when he has like that whole entire. They're just as bad. And they find a logbook and they realize they're testing different metals to try to create allomancers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thought that was interesting as well. I had question mark there. Thoughts on that?
It's like it's a lab. It's a human experiment.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, skin.
Yeah, it's horrific.
Zul said skin ripped off, I think. So not just beaten to his dead, just parts of her.
So you guys have that. You guys got the material, the books themselves written.
I don't have Arcanium about. Well,
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was going to ask if one of you guys could pull that, because I thought I remembered something about it saying like they were like beaten so much that they were flayed, and I was like, I didn't understand that part.
Oh, it's
But
just one.
again-
It was one woman, so they're all beaten, but one.
Right,
woman
right,
was-
it's just the
was-
one
was
woman,
almost
though.
completely flayed. Yeah,
Right. Anyway, so I didn't quite understand the correlation because I don't usually think of beaten and flayed, but I could have misinterpreted or misremembered that phrase.
Yeah,
But again, it's not a big deal. Seriously, let's keep moving on.
yeah. And he's thinking the entire time. His entire life, he's just been thinking about himself, and he's having this epiphany and this
Yeah.
moment of realization that like this is changing everything. Like this is not about me. This is bigger.
Yeah.
And as he's having this moment, a person shows up, an old man, and Kel just smiles, throws a coin, and they both push on it, realizing he's also an Elementor, a Mistborn. And they get into the fight, and Kel's just thinking like, okay, Gimmel's gonna come and help me out soon. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah. So they start to fight. He pulls out his trusty dueling cane.
Dueling stick. It's Pimp Cane.
Trusty Pimp Cane. And they start.
Pimp
they
name
start to
Slick
fight.
Back.
Get his name
Gotta
is
do it.
is it Chester? Chester.
I didn't
Sh-
pay a
Shitzer?
lot of attention.
Shitzer? Shih Tzu?
Shitzer. Yeah, Shih Tzu.
I like
It's a Shih Tzu. Yeah,
Mhm.
Shih Tzu.
Japanese dog, yes. That's his name.
Yeah.
Japanese dog.
So I mean, after Kel realizes Mistborn, he immediately removes all his medals, realizes Gimble's not coming, and just goes into a fight with a Mistborn, which is pretty crazy. It's a fun little fight scene. Obviously, Kel's new to this, so he's definitely inexperienced. But eventually gets the better hand, wins, pretty fast by.
Yeah, it's a quick fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking it's going to be a hard fight, but I guess what shatters the glass around some, like, I guess, I don't know if they're bottles or whatever, and takes the glass and stabs the guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said he remembers like at one point they had glass knives and he thinks to pick up the glass and
Yeah.
Yeah, he cuts himself
Shove it.
as he does it, but yeah, this doesn't care.
also in that fight it was crazy that he's wearing a jacket and the buttons on his jacket started shaking and he realized, oh, there must be some metal flakes in my buttons, so he
Yeah.
takes the jacket off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And as he steps, Shih Tzu, we're just going to call him Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu.
Um,
Shih Tzu. Definitely Shih Tzu.
He says, I can't die. And Kel responds, anyone can die.
Anyone can die. 42.
And then I love it, and I'm using love in the air quotes right here. Love this. That Gimble just strolls in and goes, man, I thought this fight would be longer. That was too fast.
Man, this dude, he came in kicking rocks like,
Man.
can't believe I should have found a better opponent.
Yeah. I think the guy too weak for the first one.
Yeah.
I wanted this one to be a good challenge for you. Yeah, and Kel starts to free the woman, but Gimble doesn't even care about the prisoners at
No.
all. He's just sitting there looking for this, through a book on this thing called the 11th Metal, and he's just sitting there scouring through the book, and he's trying to find, I guess, this metal. And Kel's just like, "Are we to help these people?" And he's like, "I don't care. We're just here for the metal. I don't care for these people." Like, and yeah, Kel takes the book, and we end this chapter with him thinking this is the beginning of a bigger plan, and ends with him leaving, after freeing everybody, leaving the keep, thinking, I need to go make a Mistborn cloak now.
Right, because he wanted a Mistborn cloak.
Yeah, he wanted one in the beginning, and he said, you don't deserve one
He was
yet.
like, you don't get one.
Yeah.
You're not a real boy.
So yeah, I mean, this is definitely, I guess, it's a nice little. I say nice. It's a horrific scene, but it's a nice little lens into Kel's motivations and where it all started for Kel.
Yeah. It's
'Cause
great
before
getting
this, he
the
had no-
backstory.
had no inspiration to overthrow the Lord Ruler or to any of that stuff. He could care, like you said, he turned a blind eye. He could care less. He was part of a thieving crew. He was just in it for himself and to make money and to really care about any of this other stuff. And this was a turning point where he's like, we got to do something about this. This is wrong.
Right.
Yeah. So interesting. So that's how we end the 11th Metal. Just him leaving, saying, got a plan now. Of course, we know what the plan was later. The plan that got changed a million times and got, well, the question is, did it get changed a million times? But in the book, was that the plan all along? I mean, there were some hiccups, definitely, but.
Right. I mean, there are some things that obviously occurred that were premeditated all day long.
Sure.
I mean, you can tell that. I mean, so he had some machinations in play, but there are some things where he was just adapting, and he was just, you know what, might be the best thing here. Let's do this thing. Yeah. And he just he just kept adapting and figuring things out.
Yeah.
But Mr. Miyagimo, interesting dude. Dude. You know?
Gimmel's, interesting character.
Yeah. So. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more about him later.
Okay.
I get a feeling that because number one, he's not around.
He's not around in the first book at all. He's mentioned.
Yeah.
So he is mentioned.
He's mentioned, but he's not around. So that means something went down.
Did he?
Yeah. So so I'm interested in that, and I don't know, the fact that he's crazy. I'm like, I feel like this is my prediction. I feel like some ish went down between him and Kel. I think he pops off, does something stupid, comes at Kel the wrong way, and Kel has to reluctantly take him out.
Yeah,
that's my guess. Because he's just shooting from the hip, and he's just too wild. He's too wild. I'm like, Andy's not around too, and I think Kel's gonna probably be like, okay, you're just too dangerous for your own good.
Yeah. So it's never actually said in the books, but there is from Brander Sinison on Reddit. There was a question that was asked, said, is the final piece of Gimel, or the training with Gimel for Kelsier, is to fight him to the death, Gimel to the death. And Brander Sinison responded with saying, it seems like something Gimel would do.
Oh, wow. No kidding. Oh.
And that's from a Reddit post that Brander Sinison wrote.
So
that's not.
Basically, it's like, your final test. Kill me. Is that what we're talking about?
I mean, so yeah,
that's Darth Vader.
Yeah, but that's from Reddit from Brander Sinison, but it's that's
wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's
and that would check out. That would clock perfectly if that's my take. I mean,
Skill hints that there's been 3 others. What happened to the other 3 Mistborn that he trained? Did
he train them? And he was like, okay.
Because when he was talking to himself, he's like, there's been 3 others. But he's stronger.
Here's the final test, and all he does is raises his fists, and it's like, yoink. He's that crazy right now. So,
yeah. What's that?
What's that?
It's blurred.
It's fuzzy, man, because of your camera settings. Filter. You have your camera settings set to fuzz the background, Will. So
I see Kel and a Mistborn cloak guy.
Oh, okay, got you. All right.
I think that's Kel and Mistborn.
I thought it was a squid monster.
So it's Kel on one side with Gimel on the other.
Oh, okay.
Gimel's with the mist cloak.
Got it.
And this is the artwork you see before you even start reading it. So obviously. Nice. You can see Gimel with the crazy hair and the mist cloak looking like a freaking lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to share that as we were talking about him because it kind of helps.
That frames it perfectly well. Thank you.
I don't actually own the book Arcanum Bound, which is cool that has the artwork like that. That's cool. I've never seen that.
Good.
Yeah, it makes him look like a just total madman.
I just have the audio book for it. I probably need to buy it.
There's some cool artwork in this book.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
I haven't looked at all of it, obviously, because I don't want to spoil anything. But that one was Gimel just looks like a crazy
Yeah.
A crazy dude. And
Just-
Kel.
Gimel,
Yeah.
the hermit Mistborn, basically, we'll call him.
He looks like a crazy man.
Yep.
So, any final thoughts on all this before we end? I would do a favorite character, but there's not really much characters to pick from. It's like Keller Gimel.
Favorite character here. I like the older woman that got rescued.
Yeah.
Like she got rescued. She was in a bad place, but she still had a little bit of swagger to her. I was like,
Unlike the other.
Yeah, definitely.
Mine's gonna be the one of the coins that he ripped out of the guards.
oh, you're killing me, Will.
Mine's the wrench. Mine's the wrench.
The wrench.
The wrench.
Okay.
Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. That clocks in.
The poopy flavored lollipop.
We're good. The poopy. Will, that's your character. It's the poopy flavored lollipop, man. Come on. Man.
Bingo.
Can you write
Going on the bingo
There
card.
Bingo. Uh-huh.
Awesome. So, any other final thoughts or anything you wanted to add about all this? Did you guys enjoy this read? I mean, like I said, it's a nice little quick little read between books.
It's a nice departure. I love anything that gives us I love backstory. Anything that gives us backstory on whatever motivations, character development. I'm always a fan of that. So I was happy to get that information. It was when you hear the 11th Metal as the name of the chapter, or what was a chapter in the book?
Yeah.
I thought it would be like more about it, but then I was like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Just because of the chapter title, it might allude to some minor story point or something like that. So,
right. Well, he was there trying to get the 11th Metal, I guess, but
right.
Or trying to figure that out. That was the whole point of invading this one particular keep. But yeah,
I like.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like the order we did it in. I know you can read it before you read Mistborn, but this one it was a nice break between reading 2-3 chapters a week and then like one. Now I really want to get into what's next.
Yeah,
but Will, you nailed it, dude. I'm sitting here like pointing at the screen. I'm like, yeah, Will nailed it. It said in the book as I was listening to it, audio book. It said you can read this before, and I was like, no, you shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't. You really shouldn't, because there's no context at all. It's
I would have been lost.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what Allomancy was. I wouldn't know what Half Sin was. I wouldn't know what blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it just been like words on a page. It would have meant anything.
I mean, exactly. I'd be like, oh, if you could just translate this into Chinese, I'd probably have a better time of understanding it. Because the Mandarin version is the one that you want to go for.
Yeah. But yeah, reading out the first book, it definitely adds more gravitas and makes more sense. I mean,
the ordering is perfect. Yeah. Again, read the first book, then come here.
Yeah, then come here.
Exactly. Highly recommended. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of holes still that need to be filled for me from just reading this short story.
Yeah.
But that's, understood. I think Ipa said, there's definitely more here than most people realize. So
yeah, he said I read it once years ago, and now remembering what's going on is definitely more here than I recalled. Yeah. A lot of people that read this, if you don't read it right, I think it's like I said, I watched a lot of people talk about when to read different things, and the person that suggested this order made the point that you're not too far removed from Kel's ending from his death. So it's still fresh as a character versus if you read it later in the series, it's like, going back and trying to remember the events of the first book. And, it's a nice little perfect spot to put it.
So when was this book? And again, I know nothing else about this book because I was just scared about spoiler, blah, blah, blah. When was this book of short stories published? Was it published?
So it has
way later than everything else.
Not way late. So I think it was published before Rhythm of War. So before Mistborn 4.
Okay.
Let's see. Published date. Wikipedia. It was published in 2016.
Okay.
So, and I think it's been updated as well.
Oh, wow.
But yeah. So 2016.
First mass market edition was 2018. So
it's 2018. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
2016 and then 2018.
So it was updated. Okay, yeah.
Okay. I just trying to get a feel for
there's a novella that takes place between. Hold on, I can tell you. There's a novella that takes place between the second and third Mistborn books. So at that point, he would have finished all the first Mistborn trilogy. I think the second one as well. So I think he wrote those. He did those in a weird order. So the second trilogy. Well, it's actually 4 books, but he wrote it as a trilogy. Then a 4th book that just came out this year.
Yeah, I have the same question as Zool.
What was that?
Were some of the stories published at different times?
Yeah, so I'm looking on the Wikipedia right now. So it looks like, yes. So the stories were. So this particular 11th Metal was originally released in 2011. But there were some short stories that are published as late as 2016. But it looks like 2007 was the first short story that's inside this collection. So yeah, the short stories came out at different times. It was compiled in a collection in 2018, but it looks like between 2007 and 2016 is pretty much like a 10-year or 9-year run of short stories that were eventually compiled. And there are other short stories that fall outside of this that have been published after this. But yeah, we'll get to those.
What are the odds we're going to get through? Are all these short stories in this book applicable?
Yes.
At some point in time?
Yes.
Cool. Because I'm
100%.
I really kind of want to. I kind of want to read this whole book.
Yeah,
So,
we will in piecemeal.
Yeah.
Can
I read the acknowledgments and the preface? They're like 3 pages long.
Nice.
Yeah,
I need more.
maybe.
Can you read the ISBN number, please? Is that all right?
The author's note, please.
The author's note. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Can you read the jacket of the book? That would.
Yeah, can you read the jacket of the book? Yeah. Now we will read more of these as time goes on. But next week we're going to jump right into the Well of Ascension. We're going to be doing the first 3 chapters. So back to the reading game. So the Well of Ascension, first 3 chapters. So get my trilogy out. It's stuck, but
I think you were shaking it because it was like a magic 8-ball.
Yeah, trying to remember it. No, I was trying to get one of the books out so I could show the cover, but now it's not working. There it goes. As it rips apart.
Oh,
okay. No, it's just the little box it comes in. I don't know why I shoved it back in here. I should have just left it on the shelf without it. But yeah, Well of Ascension. We're doing the first 3 chapters there. So it's actually not even that cool of a cover, but anyway, just has broken glass.
Oh man, that's a far cry from the last book. I mean, last book had a great cover.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the last book had numerous great covers because I went out and did this whole deep dive into all the different comic book term.
Yeah.
Variant covers for that book, and I was like, these are great. I love my favorite is still the anime / manga version. That thing was hot. That's a Japanese version of it. Ooh, it looks so good. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of different cover designs. There's actually there's new ones that just came out.
Dude, there must be like 30 different covers for this book because obviously it's been published numerous times and whatever. But there's this Japanese version. If you get a chance, we'll check it out.
Yeah, dude, I had no idea.
Dude, get in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Love some artwork.
Oh yeah, me too. Same thing.
Oh yeah, and also, I mean, if you ever have the chance, they're expensive, but I've bought one of them before. If you go to Dragon Steel Books, Dragon Steel is the name of Brandon Sanderson's company.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to Dragon Steel Books, the leather bound editions have tons of artwork in them.
Ooh.
Now they're pricey because they're leather bound and they're huge,
yeah.
and they're absolutely gorgeous.
Do they have art books at all? Like, well, actually, no, I know they don't, because typically in comic books, art books are like limited to one artist and it's all their works. That wouldn't apply here. It'd be different artists. So never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but the leather bounds are beautiful. Actually, one of my co-hosts on the Will Reads, Chris, he got married last year, and I was able to score him a signed copy of Mistborn Final Empire leather bound.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's like in that as his wedding present. That's what I gave him, and it was gorgeous.
He's nice.
Like it's one of those things you put on a shelf and you don't touch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There you go.
But yeah.
Yep.
Anyways. But yeah, so three chapters next week. We'll jump right into the Well of Ascension, and looking forward to it. So
yeah.
In the meantime, how we can be found is at thecosmereads.com. Go check it out. Find our episodes there. You can listen to it right on the website. You can also find links to Discord or Twitter, soon to be Facebook, our merchandise, new merch coming, and a bunch of other stuff. Also join our Patreon. We do have Patreon. It's highly appreciated if you decide to pledge. We would shout you out and love you forever. We'll love you.
We're at an all-time high, aren't we, of Patreons now?
Yeah, just two.
Yeah,
but it's
and
okay.
Will.
It's okay. Yeah.
That's right. You would be in the best of company, though. You'd be amongst
next.
You would be amongst champions and stars.
Yeah, there you go. So, go check it out. Lots of different levels, lots of tiers, lots of things that we're willing to give you. It helps go towards giveaways, which we'll do another one soon. So anyway, that's all I got for this week. So until next time, guys.
Stop.